A very healthy good morning to all. I wish you a day full of happiness and joy. So children, as we have already completed our 5 chapter, so today we will start our new chapter, that is Physiology and Injury in Sports. Children, physiology is the branch of biology, okay, which deals with the normal function of living organism and their parts. Clear? And sports physiology, it is the study of how exercise alert the function and structure of the body. Or in simple word, we can say like how exercise affect the body condition of athlete. Okay. Children, today we will discuss only one topic, that is physiological factor determining the component of physical fitness. We have already studied about the component of physical fitness in 11th class, right? So let's recall it. Okay. Children, there are mainly 4 components of physical fitness. First one is muscular strength, then speed, then muscular endurance, and the last one is flexibility. So we will go one by one, okay? So muscular strength is the amount of force a muscle can produce in a single effort, okay? And second one is speed. Children, it is the rate of which someone or something moves, okay? Now the third one is muscular endurance. Children, it is the ability to perform an activity for a longer time without fatigue, okay? Now the next one is flexibility. Children, it is the quality of bending easily without breaking, okay? Or you can say the range of movement possible at a joint is called flexibility, okay? And now I will tell you how physiological factor affect the component of physical fitness. Okay, so first we will look for factor determining strength. Okay, children, there are many factors which can determine the strength. See, first one is size of muscle. Children, strength is mainly depend upon the size of muscle. It's fact that large muscle can produce more force and small muscle can produce less force as compared to large muscle, okay? And one more thing, if we compare male muscular strength with female muscular strength, we found male are mostly stronger because they have large and bigger muscle in comparison to female, right? But children, with the help of different method of strength training, size of muscle can be increased. And as I told you, if size of muscle will be increased, then strength will also increase, okay? Second one is body weight. Children, we all know a person who are heavier are stronger than the individual who are lighter, right? And in the weightlifting competition also, you may have seen the heavier weightlifter lift heavier weights, right? So we can say the body weight also determines the strength of individual. Now the third one is muscle composition. As we have already studied that each muscle consists 2 type of fibers, fast twitch fiber, which is also known as white fiber, and the other one is slow twitch fiber, and we also call that red fiber, right? So children, if the muscle have more percentage of fast twitch fiber, can produce more strength, okay? And these fiber percentage cannot be changed through the training, okay? Now we will look factor determining speed. So the first one is mobility of nervous system. Children, nervous system is an important link between the brain and the muscle, or we can say our brain is central nervous system which passes information to different part of the body. Okay, so when we do sprint or any strenuous activity, our muscle contract and relax at faster speed. Okay, or we can say faster rate. So which causes tension, or we can say pressure on the nerves. This tension can reduce our speed. So through this, we can say faster movement of nerves can affect our speed, right? And children's speed can be increased by the regular training, but up to a limit extent, okay? And it is also depend on the genetic factor, clear? Now next one is muscle composition. Children, if a person have greater percentage of fast twitch fiber, his speed is good, clear? Now the next one is flexibility. Children, we have already studied that good flexibility allows maximum range of movement. So we can say flexibility can also determine the speed to certain extent, okay? And now we will look physiological factor determining endurance. So, first I have written here aerobic capacity. Children, to perform any activity continuously, energy is required by the muscle. And aerobic capacity is the ability of the organism to maintain adequate supply of oxygen to the working muscle. Okay. And we can say that energy is very much important for endurance performance. And the aerobic capacity depend upon the some factors like oxygen intake. Children, it is the amount of oxygen which can be taken by the lung from the atmosphere. Okay. And oxygen intake depend on the vital capacity, and vital capacity depend on the lung size, number of active alveoli, and size of the chest cavity. Okay. Next one is oxygen transport. Children, it is the amount of oxygen taken into the blood from lungs has to be transported to working muscle. Okay. And transportation of oxygenated blood depend on the capacity of heart, and this capacity can be improved through training. Okay. And after that, oxygen uptake. Children, the amount of oxygen which can be absorbed and consumed by the working muscle from the blood is called oxygen uptake. Okay. And oxygen uptake depend upon the speed of blood flow. Clear? Second one is movement economy. See children, if a runner who can run at a given pace with less energy, then expenditure can continue with the same speed for long duration, right? Or we can say if we perform right movement, then we can save our energy through which we can perform same exercise for longer period. Okay. And next factor affect speed is muscular composition. So children, as we have already studied that muscle consists two fiber, red fiber and white fiber. And if a person have great amount of red fiber, or I can say slow twitch fiber in muscle, he can perform any activity for long time. Because slow twitch fibers are best used for aerobic activity or endurance activity. Okay. Now the next one is physiological factor determining flexibility. Children, there are many factors which affect the flexibility like muscle strength. See, our muscles should have a minimum level of strength to make any movement possible, right? For example, a player participate in sprint competition and his leg muscle and abdomen muscle are weak. Then he cannot lift his leg or knee to the required height or angle, right? Now, second one is age and gender. Children, it is fact that flexibility decreases with the advancement of age, but flexibility can be enhanced with the help of training. Okay. And gender also affect flexibility because female tend to have more flexibility as compared to men. Okay. Now the next one is stretchability of muscle. Children, for making any movement at a joint, the muscle must contract to execute the movement, because if muscle are not regularly stretched, they get shorter, right? And may also restrict the range of movement. And children, stretchability of muscle is trainable, or in simple word we can say that we can improve stretchability of muscle through training. Okay. Thank you everyone. I hope this topic is clear to all, and if you have any doubt related to this topic, please ask. Thank you so much. Have a nice day children.